guys, so I wanted to go ahead and make this the last video for this year, and just kind of get you guys updated on the whole picture, on everything that I've had going on. You guys are gonna want to stay tuned. So this year has had a lot of ups, has had a lot of downs, such as life, but I'm gonna run you guys through every single car, what the plans are, what's gonna happen for next year, and let's see how we can make 2021 hopefully my best year ever on YouTube. So starting off with this car, you guys that followed the entire build, you guys know where this car started, and obviously what it is now. The car looks really nice, as I mentioned on one of my previous videos. It looks beautiful, right? But the car doesn't drive the way it's supposed to. We have a lot of upgrades for this car, a lot. The trans setup and everything else that I have coming for this car is not a sponsorship. I tried to do that, but I couldn't pull it off. So but it's fine, whatever. We don't make excuses, we get to work. Remember, that's what I always tell you guys, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna bust my ass and make everything happen. I'm gonna work really hard to make this car a badass street car, and let's just say I got all the parts to make that happen. So entire transmission setup already here, the entire suspension's already here, fuel system's here, new turbo, yeah. I got the boost controller. I have some nice goodies for the interior, that's gonna work with the AM Infiniti. Let's just say that this car is fixing to be a really badass street car. Yeah, I'm like super excited about it. At the same time, I was kind of nervous because spending so much money, it sucks. But once I get this car done, you guys are gonna love that. And obviously now, whenever I started YouTube, I wanted it just to be a hobby. It still is a hobby, right? But I never thought it was gonna grow to this point. Over 30,000 subscribers. To some it might seem like a little bit, but to me it's a pretty big accomplishment. So now I have big goals for the channel, and I think investing in this car and to make it something that you guys are really gonna love, I'm just looking at it as an opportunity for the future. This entire car is going to be completely redone as far as like drivetrain performance, and I'm gonna try to squeeze maybe 700-800 horsepower next year, but then the horsepower bug might bite me, and I'll go for 1,000. Yeah, we'll do it. And now for this baby, Selena, anything for Selenas, as some of y'all who may have watched the build breakdown video, we call this car Selena because, man, I've done everything that I can to keep this car up and running, and crazy enough, ending 2020, this is the only car that's running, and then I'm talking about running really well. Yeah, so plans for this car, I do want to have a little bit more exposure on the channel, because I think it deserves it. It is such an amazing machine. You guys would just need to experience it. This car is an animal. So once we get the Supras done and everything else in order, I may go ahead and just crank this sucker up and go for that 1,000 horsepower, over 1,000 horsepower, because I'm pretty sure on like 20 pounds it probably makes near 900-ish right now, but we'll see. Honestly, this car right now, I'm so very thankful that I went through a lot of issues earlier in the year, but the car's done, it's fixed, it's ready to go. So I kind of knocked it all out during the beginning of the year. I do have several video ideas with this car, and I think it's going to be things that you guys love, but yeah, you guys are going to get very familiar with this car. The good old DSM. Some of y'all may have watched the recent video that I just uploaded, where I damaged it. This is probably one of the cars that I did not expect to damage at all. Like, I didn't think that this car was gonna get hurt this year, but it did. The plans for this car, I was originally gonna go ahead and just fix the issue, the clutch disc that shattered into pieces. For those who haven't watched the video, please go and watch it. I was originally just gonna fix that, but after thinking things over, I think this car deserves a lot more. We're gonna take this car on and do a complete, rebuild and restoration. I'm talking about changing the turbo kit, doing a standalone ECU, changing the exhaust, doing a new suspension, doing new wheels. Basically, giving this car the attention that it really deserves. Because I was thinking about getting a little Civic, another project car, something fun to build. I'm not saying that Supras are not fun, but it's just a different type of fun whenever you have when you have a smaller turbo car. But I'm not gonna do no Civic build or anything like that yet. So next year, expect a complete rebuild series on this car. As far as for this big mama right here, I've always wanted to do like a big turbo kit on it. I've seen videos and they sound and they run really, really nice. But just depending on how the channel grows, I think if it grows enough, I'll do it. But if not, I'll probably just kind of keep this as my reliable truck. And of course, I have to give you guys an update on something that's very, very close to my heart, and something that I love very, very much, which is this car right here. This car is going to get very interesting. For those who have followed my channel, it's more than likely because of this car and what the things that it was able to do. Let's just say it's going to be much faster. For the plans on this car, I don't want to disclose too much, honestly, but I will tell you that, and once the car is done, my goal is for maybe 1500 horsepower. I am building for 1600 horsepower. Let's see. Honestly, whenever you break something, make it better. So I thought a lot about it, and I was thinking about maybe just fixing the issues that I had. But decided just to go ahead and get everything all set up for bigger horsepower in the future. Can you use that much horsepower on the street? No, you can't. I understand, but whenever you want to do something, just do it. You don't need to give nobody no explanation on why you want to do things. Just do it, and that's it. If you can, you can. One of my friends from work told me this in Spanish. He says, "El que puede, puede. El que no puede, no puede," which means if you can, you can, and if you can't, you can't. Then it's just as simple as that. So whenever you want to do things, just do it, man. If that's what you want to do, then do it. It doesn't matter. Everybody else doesn't need to be in agreement with you. So get ready, because this car's gonna be a bad mother. I can't say that, but I'm so excited for this car. Just to wrap up, what a better way to wrap up with these two amazing cars here behind me. These two are going to make a very good race sometime next year. So that's going to be some pretty good content for you guys. I just need to find someone I trust driving one of these cars, and more than likely that's going to be my buddy Nando. If you're watching, you're going to need to drive one of these cars, so we got to race them. But yeah, so that's what we got planned for the next year. I have really gone out of my way to do everything that's happening. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I'm talking about stuff that you guys probably wouldn't even believe. For example, I almost lost my father, recently because of this virus thing. He got pneumonia and, shit got really, really bad, but he's still here. And, one thing that I've learned from my father, like my brother, they are very, very hardworking people, and I need to do the same. I need to cut the BS and get to work. If I'm going to do something, do it. If I'm not, just don't do it at all. So that's the goal. 2021, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to dedicate as much time as I possibly can to grow the channel. If I could get one of those YouTube plaques, man, that would be insane. I never ever in my life thought I would be in this position. I've always messed with cars, but I've always been very private. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now my biggest fear. You guys are not gonna believe me. My biggest fear is public speaking. Even with my work team from work, I've been working with them for almost 8 years. If I have to say something in front of them, my heart feels like it's gonna explode. I get really bad anxiety. So the fact that I'm even doing these videos, I guess, you know, I'm just here with my dogs, I'm by myself, but the fact that I'm putting all this out there is just crazy for me. So, you know, face your fears, you know, go for the things that you can't do. And yeah, 2021, that's the goal. Grow the channel. uh Definitely gonna do the whole merch line. I got some really sick designs for you guys, and we're gonna make it happen. You know, if we can grow something really nice, to where I'm doing something that I love, what's better than that? Those are the goals. You know, keep growing the channel, and let's see where this goes. You know, I've always been a very optimistic person. I know there's gonna be haters. I know there's gonna be people doubting you, people trying to pull you down, but it's all good, man. That's what keeps us going. That's what fuels us up, and let's prove all these people wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and get busy. You guys won't see a new video from me until 2021, which is only a couple weeks away. But subscribe, tell your friends and family about it, and you know, I hope you guys enjoy everything that I have coming. Until then, thank you guys so much for all the support. 2020 was a very good year. You know, we went from 1,000 subs to over 30,000 now. So let's see if we can hit that 100,000 next year. Sounds crazy, but you never know. Man, let's just keep going, you guys. Just keep going, keep pushing. Remember, don't make excuses, make time.